for me, I think it was a really defining moment when my parents, they got like a new TV. And this was awesome. This is when I was like in maybe kindergarten or elementary school. So I was beyond stoked. I was like, awesome, we get to watch Indiana Jones, and like, like it's big CRT screen, it's gonna be awesome. And so the first thing that I do is I go into my kitchen after my parents set up the TV. It looks nice. I go to the kitchen, I grab a spoon, and I went to the TV, and I started opening up all the screws on the TV because I was like, this TV is a lot better than the last TV, but I wondered why, like how is it different? So I started opening up the screws with the spoon, and I get maybe halfway through, and my dad walks into the family room and is like, what the heck is going on here? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm fixing it. And of course, I told them I was fixing it, and of course, they weren't very amused by that. But when I think, like, I've always been really very inquisitive. And I like to understand how things work, and whether or not I can make them better, I like to try to make them better. And so, in the case of the TV, not that great. In the case of my first bike that my parents ever got me, this red bike, completely destroyed it. And so, I guess early on, I learned how to take things apart and disassemble and not put them back together. But I've gotten better at it over the years. And so, I don't know, I feel like, one thing that, like, my takeaway from that was, most things, if you really set your mind to, you can kind of open them up and figure out how they work. You don't really need anyone to guide you through every step of the way all the time. And so I guess that what that brought me to over like the last 5 years was I graduated Duke University in 2009. I was fortunate to get an academic scholarship to attend, which was awesome. And I went in there and I tricked them into thinking I was going to do medicine. And I told them I was really interested in genetics, and I was, to be fair. But when I came to college, I kind of discovered music. And I started a charity band, and the charity band was so much fun, we made it into a real band. And that was like my passion. I played a ton of music in college. And then kind of my junior year, I started trading stocks, right? I checked out every single book I could get out of the library because I was sort of like, okay, well, making money in the band, it's not a lot of money coming in. It's a great time to meet a lot of amazing people. But I need to find a way to kind of pay the beer bill. And calling mom and dad, they're like, you sent to college to study. You did not send me to school to drink. Fuck it out. So I was like, okay, well, I need to find a way to pay for the beer bill. So I started trading. I started trading options and equities and whatnot. And I got pretty good at it and made some money. And, summer of my junior year, I was sort of trying to figure out what I wanted to do that's for the summer. And I decided, well, you know what, like, why don't I try to apply for a bunch of Wall Street positions, just see what happens. Hadn't taken any econ classes, just all psych and neuroscience and science and stuff. And I guess somehow they were amused by the story and decided to give me an internship at Goldman. And I interned there and actually really enjoyed what I was doing. In the same way that I kind of took apart finance and understood how math worked. And I got pretty good at it. They gave me a full-time job. I did that for 2 and change years. And then recently left. And so the time of Goldman was incredible. I learned so much. Being in that environment of such like excellence was really a great way for me to really catalyze my growth. And I came in the door day one, not really knowing anything about finance, not knowing how to do any kind of discounting or financial math. And I left after creating a bunch of new awesome derivatives, made them a lot of money. And I think I was one of the only analysts in the entire firm to actually contribute P&L to the firm, and some serious P&L. So, but nevertheless, I think toward my end there, I realized maybe I was playing for the wrong team. And it wasn't really a place where creativity was sort of fostered and appreciated, and you couldn't really disrupt. You know what I mean? Like, you could create a new derivative, then you would sell it to a corporate. They would take it and they would use it. It would help them, or maybe not. But you couldn't really like build something of your own. I couldn't really do that. So I decided I'm going to leave, and I started my own company, Rukkus. And it all came from this thing. The one thing I did at Goldman, more than anything else besides pull late nights and build models and crunch numbers, was actually go to a ton of shows. So that's going back to the band thing. I went to a ton of shows in the city. Everyone I could go to wasn't working. And the problem that I had was it was just so hard to find out what my favorite bands were playing. So my favorite band is Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I've never seen them live, right? And it's because every time they're in town, I always miss them. And I hated that. And I wanted to kind of find a better way to keep tabs on my bands without Googling them. So that was one part. The other part was I really hated that. You know, there were so many different websites you would have to go to in order to find out, like, you know, what's the cheapest concert ticket? I would have to go to StubHub, I'd have to go to eBay, RazorGator, Ticketmaster, and then I had to jump around and go to Ticket. And it took so long. And at the end of it, I was like, you know, I don't even care anymore. I'll pay more money. I just want to get spots to go to the show. And I said, well, I bet you I could actually package that together into a website that would kind of do it all for you in a really cool way. And so I left. It was like September, October, not really having much background at all in coding. I did a little bit of it when I was making like some of these pricing models, but like not really much at all. And I started learning. I taught myself Perl, I taught myself PHP, I just taught myself database languages, and you know, 8 months fast forward, I'm now like a full stack developer. I've built most of my own website, and the business is, you know, we're seeing users come in every day, and then it's about to actually launch. So, you know, Rukkus is a hugely disruptive technology that disintermediates all these like StubHubs and all the other like ticket providers, like just like Kayak did for flights, and it kind of makes it really easy for individuals to find out what their favorite bands are playing near them. But then we kind of even evolved it to recommend shows for you based on bands you do like. So kind of like Pandora does for music, we'll recommend you events as well. So the platform's getting broader and wider, and we're all super excited about seeing exactly how it's going to evolve from here. I think they always thought I was bright, and they were really excited to see what I would do. But I think they always hoped that it would be something like, well, first it was medicine. They were hoping it'd be like a doctor, right? Because that's like job security, that's great. Then it was finance. Like, all right, fine, finance is good, you're making a lot of money, great. And then when I was leaving Goldman, they're like, okay, so you can go to a hedge fund, right? And I was like, no, I'm doing something else. So day one, they were extremely skeptical. But I think, you know, they've seen the tinkering work again, and they've seen it, you know, we built a website, and I think now my dad, he's our most active user. He's always on there clicking on YouTube and clicking on, you know, his oldie bands to see what they're up to. And I think he actually believes in the site. He sees it, he likes it. So I think I have them. I think they're believers now. I think initially they weren't quite sure what to make of it. I think some of them were like I think they'd seen my evolution at the company, and they realized that, you know, I sort of in a lot of ways reinvented parts of their business. And I think for some of them it scared them, and for some of them they were like, I have no idea what the hell is going on. And so I think when I told them I was leaving the starting a company, some of them were very excited. They're like, wow, this is going to be great. But I don't think I had everyone convinced. Because I don't think that they thought that I could do it, because it's coding, it's like development, it's like a completely different skill set. And I think for people that I work with specifically, they're very like risk averse, right? Even though they're at a trading shop, which is supposed to be taking risk, they themselves, personalized, don't like to take risks. So it was kind of like a cultural difference, you know. But many of them, I mean, I of course I keep in touch with most of them, and a lot of them are really excited about it. They want to help, they want to get involved. I think the markets aren't great right now, and I think for a lot of them, they've seen, you know, their opportunity and their businesses kind of start to peter out. And, you know, Goldman and Wall Street was once like this oasis of just like massive bonuses and you know, crazy wealth. And I think that's starting to change. And I think a lot of the old timers that have seen the business evolve, what they'll tell you is it's not what it once was, and they don't think it's ever going to go back. Of course, things are cyclical, but they think it's fundamentally changed. And I think it's like in that perspective that they see today, and they say, you know, maybe this is not the right place to keep my feet for too much longer. So I think a lot of them are also evaluating and wondering, like, what else could I do with my life at this point? But when you're sitting on a, let's say, a derivatives desk like I was, you've been doing that for 5 or 10 years, it's hard to imagine yourself doing anything else because it's so niche and unique. So, I don't know, maybe I'm lucky I got out when I did.